Hello, hi, I'm ALL the Cryptic Hybrid, and this is Do Not Love, Violators Will Be Shot. Now, Do Not Love is a visual novel that's set in this crazy dystopian world where human intimacy were outlawed for health reasons. Now, let's see what that actually means and check out the game together. This is the beta version, by the way, which is available on itch.io right now. Attention, citizens of Neo Manila. Due to recent suspected acts of terrorism, we ask you to vacate the streets and gather in the plazas for your own safety. Obey all the orders given by the police. All violators will be suspected and dealt with accordingly. I repeat, it has been 2 weeks since the announcement started. We weren't paying attention at first. Raiders aren't a new thing in Neo Manila, and with the authority of the police, we thought it would be fixed immediately. Around 3 days after, we realized that the terrorists they were talking about were us. We laughed at first at the absurdity of it. That is, until exactly 1 week ago, when the people in the streets started to dwindle. It has now been 3 days since me and Carmen split up, and 4 since I've last eaten. Oh, that's pretty bad. The streets are barren of souls. The few I spot don't even look in my direction, instead obediently following the police's commands. Everyone now knows that the police are hunting us. And when he's talking about us, he's talking about these people called Intimus, and they are mercenaries that offer human touch. For pay, of course. Who wants to be associated with an Intimus? My stomach continues to rumble. This is the first time in over a decade that food is this scarce. Not even during the first years was I ever this hungry. Now it's taking all my concentration to stay on my feet without shaking. The first years. Jericho, that's your character. It's now over 15 since that fateful day. And in that time, the children playing in the streets have disappeared. The colors had turned to grey. And the heat has gone. Why am I being sentimental all of a sudden? What I need to do first is find a client, food, anything, fast, and then... And then what? Why exactly am I struggling so hard to live, to survive? I don't know. Whatever the case may be, one truth is apparent. I don't think I have the strength to last till tomorrow's sunrise. Whatever my purpose may be, it won't do me any good to find it now, would it? If I live through this day, then maybe. I hear footsteps approaching me. I don't even need to look to know who it is. Dude, you look terrible! Carmen enters my field of vision, looking better than I thought she would be. You're not doing all that bad though. Really? I raised my eyebrow, but before I could ask anymore, well, that's not okay. Before I could ask, she continues. You got any clients since we split? I shake my head. You? Kind of. She raises up a bag of tokens to show to me. Let's split it for now, okay? She steps forward and gives me a few coins. This isn't enough, Car. Well, I'll have to bear it for now. This is already all the cash that I have left on me. We stay silent for a moment. They're not doing well, huh? We failed, huh? We thought splitting up will expand our coverage. Then after acting solo, we could split up the profits. So they were both, Intimus. But we had no idea things were already this bad. Well, at least I got something that might help us. What is it? Information. I know who's behind all of this now. Remember our old chief inspector? Yeah, he was an alright guy. What's up? Nobody wanted to take his position, so they assigned this random criminology student. Top of her class. She's shut down Legazpi Street already. Even has a checkpoint and all. Legazpi? That's Ben's turf. Oh, I guess Ben is not doing well. She didn't have to say another word. So she really is hunting intimates down. The announcement rings out once again. Attention citizens of Neo Manila! They're trying to smoke us out. Carmen pauses for a bit, but then she breaks into a smile. So, want to try it? Try what? The plaza. No way. Place is a death trap. Once they see us, we'll be as good as dead. We're too high profile together as it is. So if we weren't together, it's okay? What? I have a proposition. She reaches into her bag and reaches out something to me. I call it a proposition, but it's selfish more than anything. It's a calling card, a solid, high quality one. The cardboard's pink, and on the front printed in gold letters. Magdalena, actually. Someone handed me that the other day. That's where I got the tokens from. You've been approached by Magdalena? She nods, sporting a painful smile. Carmen, you made it! It's Magdalena! Magdalena! But I really don't know how to pronounce this name in English. So anyway. A salary, a home, police immunity. Last one's not true, idiot. But you get what I'm saying, right? Car, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Man, if only I could be an intimus for Magdalena. But that's the thing though, Jarek. I'm surprised with Carmen's interruption. I haven't said yes yet. Why not? Because that means splitting up, you know? They already know who we are, but they still won't let us in. I try bargaining, but it's no use. They only want female intimae. Well, that's how it's always been. So what's the problem? You're the one being offered. Jarek, we're a team. It's not just my decision. You need to be in on this too. I won't think of you as selfish if you don't want me to go. But whatever it is, I want to hear your thoughts. Alright. Urge Carmen to go or ask Carmen to stay? Let's save first. Yeah. Let's go page 1. Okay. Let's save before we... let's be selfish and ask her to stay. Well, we already tried the splitting up tactic, right? And I don't know, it'd be weird to split up now after all this time. So what are you trying to say, my lovely Jarek? I'm not your lovely anything, and you already know what I'm trying to say. But I have no idea. This girl. I think we work better as a team. Please stay. Carmen grins. She once again looks at the calling card in her hand and rips it apart. We don't need it, Jarek. Magdalena is a big deal, yes. But then again, so are we, right? But you didn't have to tear it up. She shrugs. I don't need it. I have my cute childhood friend anyway. Please don't call me cute, Carmen. Ever the professional, eh, Jericho? Lighten up a bit. I already granted you your wish, right? I don't know about phrasing that, but okay. She beams once more. Being with Carmen is a good first step, but now... What should we do? For now, maybe we should do something different. This might be a risky proposition, but why don't we try the plaza? We might as well check it out. Not like we have a lot of options left. It's not my favorite idea by a mile, but it is a start. The speaker continues to blare its words of death. We head to the plaza in hopes of something different. And finding a client. Only in Neo Manila would you see a plaza full of this much people and not hear words louder than a mutter. It seems the rumors were right. All the people, familiar and not so familiar faces are here gathering around barrel fires to warm themselves up. There's a lot of potential clients, but among the throes of people, uniforms of blue dart in and out. The police stand and observe them like sheepdogs. Oi! You're too close! Step a bit further! They heard the people like sheep too. But if the rumors were true, they're not only enforcing the space around here. I glance at the long black rifles strapped to their bodies. As soon as they figure out I'm an Intimus, they'll blow me away like paper. Does that make us the wolves, I wonder? This place is way too lively. Agreed. Not that too many targets either. I see one though. Could be interesting. Carmen points her chin at a group of high school girls. They stand nearby a police checkpoint where Legaspi once was, but there aren't any cops near them. The Carmen special, huh? Har har. What do you think though? Well, they're good game, but it's close to the checkpoint. There's no cops around them though. What are the chances of us getting recognized? To be honest, a bit too high for my liking. We need to make a decision fast while we could still play the game on our own terms. We should enter the plaza or go back to the streets. Okay, let's save before we go in. I'm gonna go for the streets. Enter the plaza. Sorry, go to the plaza, yeah. Let's try here first. Carmen looks a little bit fidgety. Carmen? Aren't there too many cops around here? Her observation is true. However, look, the people here outnumber them 5 to 1. As long as we blend in properly, it'll be alright. Well, I mean, you're correct, but we won't be doing anything here. Just scouting some potential clients. And then, any bites we get, we meet tonight at the pier. I can understand where Carmen's apprehension comes from. The number of blue uniforms is a bit staggering at first glance. And if the rumors are true, then they'll be on the hunt. And we'll be top priority for them. However, the amount of people in here makes this plaza look like a veritable Eden. It seems any people can go outside. It seems any people that can go outside have went here. If we play our cards right, me and Carmen could be set for tokens for a month at least. Carmen still looks doubtful, but instead of arguing, she sighs. Indeed, it's a golden opportunity. Alright, that's settled then. Who should we go after first? The girls? I glance once again at Carmen's point of interest. Alright, let's give it a try. We step into the plaza. We weave through the people in a pace similar to their slow stagger. Some people raise their eyebrows, but none cared enough to say anything. We're getting pretty close to them. All we have to do is play it casual. Carmen holds a blank face as she approaches. I decide to wait for her to get closer before I come as well. My eyes meet with one of the high school girls. She tries to retain a neutral expression, which makes her thoughts a bit hard to read. Uh-oh. She looks at me. Then behind me. Before pretending not to have noticed me at all. Oh, that's not good. A dagger of ice is stabbed through my spine. My sense is heightened as everything around me slows. I can hear the boots marching close, and the cocking of their automatic rifles. My gaze goes to Carmen's surroundings. Civilian! Civilian! Uh-oh. What the hell? I dash between two civilians, pulling them together behind me. Whoa! A shot rings through the air. Chaos spreads all over the plaza. More automatic rounds ring around the air. I lost sight of Carmen. I don't know what that shot was, but I dashed to where she was, nearby the schoolgirls. They ran away and Carmen was nowhere in sight. I look for her among the civilians. Oh, I see her duck through one of the side streets. Some cops follow her, but she knows the streets better than them. She'll be fine. She's safe. I sigh out. A gun is cocked behind me. Oh, fudge. They recognized us the moment we entered. She recognized Carmen and knew I'd come to help her. She was the one that shot at the air. The target was not her from the start. Crafty. Whoa. She shot me. Neo Manila's most wanted. Wow. So that was one of the 13 endings of Do Not Love, and it's not a good ending. So let's check out, let's do something different. Because I don't want to die. Let's not enter the plaza this time, since it's, it's too hot. The streets are the plaza's too hot. So let's go back to the streets. I think it's too risky. We should go back to the streets. If we get recognized here, I expected Carmen to put up an argument, but okay then, let's go back. She seems to be as willing to get out of here as I am. Maybe she played this game before. Alright. She turns around to leave the plaza. Before I leave, I glance once more at all the people in the place. My gaze crosses one of the police. Oh, this girl, this one. Is she the one? She's the one who shot me, right? I look away and run to catch up with Carmen before things go awry. Did anything go? Oh, okay, we're back. We left the plaza to return to the streets. It seems we are back to square one. What's the plan now, Jarek? Same old. Let's wait for someone to come by. Do you think that will still work in this climate? The alternative is to get gunned down the plaza. We can't do anything but try. I tried to speak with assurance, but even I couldn't hide the doubt in my voice. I've never seen the streets this void of people. Could we really find clientele here? We haven't been walking far when we bump into a person. Oh, she doesn't say a word. However, she stands right in front of us, unmoving. Like she's blocking our path. Carmen doesn't hesitate. She breaks into her smile and begins the spiel. Good morning, miss. I'm Joy, and that's my brother Antonio. If you have a bit of free time, why don't we... Jericho and Carmen. Carmen stops. The hair in my arms and neck stand up. My gaze runs through all the alleyways around us. An entrapment? Calm down. I'm not a cop. You don't have to tell us if you are. True. If I was, I would have just shot you on sight. Me and Carmen glance at each other. It's not ideal, but... like she says, no cop would know who we are and do nothing. Carmen glances around one final time. She returns her gaze to the woman, annoyed. Listen, girl. I don't know what business you have with us, but it's not right that you know our name and we don't know yours. The girl thinks for a second. Leonora. Okay. Now, Leonora, if you know who we are, then you should know that saying our name around these parts isn't something you just do. Do I need to fill you in on the importance of intimate names? I'm not playing around, Carmen. I called you out for a reason. And that reason is? Work. Work? What do you mean? Like, what? We don't need people calling us out then acting all coy. Let's go, Carmen. She nods. Wait, you just left? We turn around to leave when... The Intimates are dead, Jericho. What? You're both dead. Probably sooner than later. What? Why? Because of the new Chief Inspector? There have been many Chief Inspectors who lead the AIG and none of them were able to eradicate all Intimae. Even if the new CI does not literally kill you, though that's what I meant, she would kill you off with other ways. Starve us off, maybe? She'll smoke you out of the streets. Smear campaigns would be revived. They will cut away your clientele until you starve, kneel over and die. Damn. Soon the Intimates will go extinct, and you are no exception. Wait a second. That's just not gonna happen. The people already know how much value we provide. We may be bad grass, but we're still part of this garden. You can't remove Intimae from Neo Manila. Neo Manila will rot. No sane person would do that. Maybe that's the case, but you're not against just any ordinary person. You should know that already. And why would we? Legaspi. We both fall silent. The days of the Intimates are numbered, Jericho, Carmen. It's time to face the truth. I glance over at Carmen. I still don't trust this Leonora person, but... What's your proposal then? A new line of work. Oh, why not? What kind? I can't say. Who's your client? I can't say. How much will they pay? I can't say. Oh, you can't say a lot of stuff. You're not putting up a very enticing proposal. I could say that payment is good. And you will have job security for a long time, unlike your Intimates affair. And how long could we decide? Till right now. My offer won't wait for you. Carmen raises an eyebrow, but the girl says nothing else. This whole proposal is just plain shady. But? Huh? It could only be you two. She whispers her last few lines. Why is that? The girl gave an almost soft expression. Leonora? Never mind. Your answer? The girl's iron face returns. Carmen sighs and looks at me. Give us some time to talk it over at least. Fine. But Leonora does not budge. Carmen and I huddle together instead and convene with low voices. Car? I hate this idea. We don't know anything about this job. I'd argue that we know that the most important things. It has good pay, it has good job security. But the whole thing is sketchy. Maybe she's just mouthing off the Intimates to get us on her side. But she's right about Legaspi. Are you on her side, Jarek? I'm just leveling the viewpoints. Carmen looks at me with a frown, but she continues. Still, I don't like it. But I'll leave it up to you to decide. Huh? If you don't like it, we don't do it. But I also agree with you, in a way. If what she's saying is true, then this is an opportunity we can't pass up. I just don't like all the unknown variables, and maybe that's just me being a control freak. No, you're just being logical. But logic isn't everything. That's why we have our intuition, right? Are you just saying that so I would have to make the decision? Carmen winks. I'll be fine either way. What matters is we stay together. I've said my piece. The decision is yours. Oh, great. Okay, let's save. Because this looks like a big... let's accept. Let's see where this goes. I nod. Carmen smiles and nods back. We turn back to the waiting girl. Okay, Leonora, show us what you got. Alright. But not here. Let's meet later at 12 at the pier. We're in too public a place. And one more thing. No more clients from now on. Carmen shakes her head. No can do. Times are tough, Leonora. We need all the cash we can get. I thought you knew that. Carmen's words are cut off when Leonora throws something at her. Carmen catches it. Ooh, money! She looks at it, then tosses it my way. It's a satchel full of meal tokens. Will that suffice? No clients. I'll cut off your hands if I find out you went against me. That's an urban myth. Once you're infected, cutting off the touched area doesn't help. Because that's what the alleged reason why they barred human contact, because of a disease that's supposed to be, you know, given by touch. Might as well just kill us. No. Infected or not, I want you both. Just don't let me see you both tonight like her. Her? Who? Leonora looks at me. What? You saw that? I've been watching you both for a long time. Jarek, what is she talking about? Nothing important. She then snaps around. Just follow my words and everything will be fine. And disappears. Okay. I feel Carmen grab the hems of my coat. Jarek. I know she's still curious. Like I said, it was nothing. I smile, but Carmen still looks a bit grim. Come on, let's get some food to eat. Okay. If Carmen had any more questions, she didn't ask. She could probably see in my face it's not something I want to talk about. Okay, we both leave the scene to go to the nearest food bank and to find something to do. Burn some time till midnight. Okay. And now midnight at the pier. That sounds like very, very, very shady. So cold. Though the shipping containers of the pier try their best to block the winds, the air from the sea still flows through the gaps. Add to that it being the middle of the night, and our thick clothes serve no match. The night air chills me and Carmen to the bone. Did the Leonora girl say where we should meet? Nope. Then how will we know where she... Speaking of the devil... In front of us appears a familiar female. Leonora. Thank you for following my wish. She says this with an uncharacteristic elegant bow. It's not much of a wish if you're threatening to cut off our hands otherwise, right? That's so. Still, thank you. I look around us. To our left and right we're surrounded by shipping containers several feet in height. Me and Carmen use this place often due to the lack of loiters or police. It's been a while since Neo Manila exported any sort of goods. It lives on donations now anyway. But there's something about these metal walls. Hey, if you're going to explain to us the details of the job, just do it quickly then and let us get out of here. Why? Even Carmen's looking at me confused. I don't know, just a weird feeling. And in a strange change of expression, what? The girl smiles. As expected of the Jericho. Of the Jericho. Don't worry, this will be quick. Leonora takes something from inside her coat before turning around and walking away. Don't struggle too much. What? What the f... Aw, what the hell? Aw, she captured us. Is she gonna cut the hands off? Oh, what the... Something shakes me awake. What the hell are we? Whether it was the hardness of the floor, or how cold it is, or the sounds and vibrations coming from it, I find myself regaining some consciousness. My first instinct was to move my body, and I almost did it before I come to and remember what happened. Why am I on the ground? What are those sounds? What happened in the pier earlier? What the hell? Those weird grinding sounds continue. Slowly I open my eyes. Indeed, the sensation that my cheeks are feeling is the floor. And in front of me, also laying on the floor, is Carmen. Her eyes are closed, but before I could panic, I noticed the rise and fall of her chest. Looks like she's just knocked out still. Beside Carmen are the boots of multiple men, and one of the girls, Leonora's. So slow. What, she's actually a cop? The rough voice of a man I don't know complains. Be patient. You know, Miss Leonora, before you were even born, I've already been working on an office job in a multi-story building. Believe me, elevators are not this slow. Clerical work, huh? Maybe if you climb the rungs of society better, you would know why an elevator like this is at this speed. I wasn't just a salaryman, you know. I was an army reserve too. And yet you're here, nothing more than a mercenary. Mercenary? They're mercenaries? No. No. Is that the reason why Leonora wants us? No need to be arrogant, young miss. Maybe if you stopped complaining and asking stupid questions, I wouldn't have to talk down to you. The man sighs and clicks his tongue. I just don't understand why you need all this manpower for these two nobodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of boots, including Leonora's. They're not nobodies. Do you not recognize them? No. They're Jericho and Carmen. Wait. Why are we bringing such dangerous people to us? Because I need them. I don't know what you're thinking, Miss Leonora, but we definitely do not need someone on the most wanted list. And what about the payroll? Miss Leonora? That's just how it is. What does that mean? Miss Leonora, are you hearing yourself? Yeah, she's right, Miss Leonora. A new voice chimes in. They also haven't been mercenaries for a while now. Who knows, they probably don't even want to return to this lifestyle anymore. He's right, you know. What does this woman think she could say that will convince us back to being mercenaries? I don't need them to be just like before. Huh? Then what's the point of getting them at all? That's just the way it is. What? The others join in. Now all four are locked in a bickering fest against Leonora. I took this chance to steal glances from my position. Indeed, like the boots told me earlier, there are 4 mercenaries around me, including Leonora. Their belts, where their holsters should be, are empty. A civilian being caught with weapons has strict consequences. My cheek returned to the ground, only to be met with the half-opened eyes of Carmen. Oh, she woke up? There's no grogginess behind them. It seems she already got a handle on the situation too. Shut up, you idiots! In the middle of the argument, the voice of a gruff old man speaks up. You're too noisy. What if you wake them up? Silence. Come on, make sure they're still out. Oh, this wasn't part of Leonora's job offer. I feel the presence of two figures approaching us. Are we gonna get, like, punched or something? The first instinct is to fight and break free, of course. But in doing so, that might worsen our situation. Leonora's already being attacked for some reason. If we do something, we might just make things worse. So should we just play dead? Maybe this is part of the job. It sure doesn't sound like it, but we don't even have a second to decide. I glance at Carmen. No words are needed. She'll follow my lead. Oh, another decision, huh? Okay, let's save. And let's fight! The two mercenaries kneel beside me and Carmen. Wait a sec. Oh, my elbow hits him in his blind spot. The man's words are cut off. I feel his body crumpling. I push him down to the ground, bringing myself up standing in the process. What the? They're awake! I sweep the feet of the guy standing in the corner. I walk over to knock him out. But I feel myself being hooked under my arms. It's a big mercenary and he lifts me off the ground easy. I struggle. But the man's too big and strong. I see Carmen in the corner of my eye. She's knocked out her own guard. She starts to spin. I already know what she's going to do. I lift my legs up, out of the path of Carmen's back heel kick aimed straight at the man's stomach. Oh, nice! The man's arms let me go. I fall to the ground. The man staggers away, his arms nursing the struck area. Carmen approaches. An opening. She brings down her foot on his defenseless head like an axe. Ooh, oh sorry, I have to make all the sounds. The sound of a radio. Me and Carmen look at the source. The mercenary I've left on the ground stares at us wide-eyed, radio in hand. SOS! Before we could finish, Carmen kicks the device from the man's hand. He looks up and is knocked out by my downward fist. Carmen picks up the radio from the ground. We approach the last person standing in the elevator. Leonora's expression hasn't changed at all. Carmen breaks the walkie-talkie in front of her. She dusts off the remaining plastic pieces from her hands. As expected of Carmen and Jericho. Shut up, Miss Leonora. It's about time you explain to us what's going on. Carmen then places her hand on the girl's shoulder. Or maybe I'll give you and your friends one-way tickets out of Neo Manila. The girl doesn't reply. I was going to add to Carmen's intimidation when she spoke. You don't know what you've done. On the contrary, I'm very aware. You lied to us. I don't know what your scheme is, but I don't take too kindly to being knocked out and lied to. I haven't lied to you. Get a grip. We caught you red-handed. If you really did your research, then you should already know, right? We have no intention of serving as mercenaries again. Even if the pay is as good as you say. Do you really think me and Jericho became intimates for fun? Leonora shakes her head. You misunderstand. But it's too late now. The doors of the elevator open. I'll try to get you both out alive. Please don't make any noise. Ooh. We're cut off by people rushing in. The small elevator is flooded by mercenaries. They run past Leonora and head straight towards us. That's not gonna be good. That's not good. My back is hit by the butt of a gun. I stagger to the ground. Carmen goes down. Beside me I hear Carmen push down as well. We're dragged out by the arms to a wider room. I try to orient myself, but it's near impossible. The room is suffocating with the amount of people in it. Amid the clamor of the mercenaries, a shrill voice rings out. "Stop! Put them down! I order you to put them down!" The hands drop me to a cold marble floor. My back aches from where it was hit. I try to stand up, but I'm pushed back down. A small circle of people forms around us. Leonora walks in between them, trying to push people back. "Back off! Back off!" It looks like they're following the orders of the girl for now. I could see in the eyes of the mercenaries their anger that's barely held back. "Miss Leonora, what are you doing?" "They're mine! Back off!" Leonora hisses, maintaining the gap between them and us. "Miss Leonora!" "Shh! Quieter! You're disturbing the masters." Masters? I could hear some noises from the elevators. I see the unconscious bodies of the 4 mercs being dragged out. The man looks at them, then returns her gaze to Leonora, fists clenched. "Miss Leonora, please explain to me what happened." "I'm your superior. I don't have to explain anything." "Those are my men knocked out cold. I had the right to..." Ooh, she slapped him? I said quieter. If you want to speak, pipe down. The man she's talking to doesn't reply. I could almost see the smoke coming out of his nostrils. "You want to know what happened? Fine. Those 2 knocked out your men." "Got it? Yes, I'll punish them myself." "No! I know you're not going to give them proper punishment." "Nonsense! I will give them what they deserve." "A death sentence." "No, that would be too kind. They torture us first, then the death sentence." "I brought them here of my own will. They're my responsibility. I will punish them." "And what are you going to do to them?" "I don't have to explain anything." "It's my fellow mercenaries who are hurt while you stand here not a scratch. How would we know you'll be fair?" The mercenaries around him nod and murmur in agreement. These 2 just saved me for last. They were going to knock me out next before the doors opened. "And even so, you're still going to take them?" She's losing the argument. The circle shrinks. Leonora tries to change her angle. "Don't you recognize them? That's Carmen and Jericho." The mercenaries Leonora's talking to go silent. "Apparently we're famous. Though all of us here have some modicum of respect for their past acts, we can't deny that they what they did in the present based on that alone." "I'm not denying it. I already said I'll punish them myself." "I have some ideas on why they're here now. Which baffles me even more, Miss Leonora, since you of all people know how big the mercenary payroll already is." But no matter. Now, more so than ever, if they're to become mercenaries in this household, we need to deal the punishment." "But it's not..." Murmurs of agreement fill the room. Leonora looks like she wants to say something, but... I could tell the alarm bells are ringing inside Carmen's head right now. She remains silent, but her darting eyes give away that she's looking for an opening. We are surrounded. What's worse, unlike our friends in the elevator, these guys are armed with pistols with homemade silencers. A silent death is in an unknown land. Leonora is still arguing with the man. The mercenaries obviously respect her since they haven't jumped us yet. But is it alright to trust the girl that led us to this situation in the first place? Probably not. I start to look for an opening myself. Oh, don't tell me. But there isn't one. I could probably push through the human wall if I tried, but they'll just gun me down anyway. Not only that, aside from the elevator, there seems to be no other way to descend floors. We don't know how high up we are now, nor how many other mercenaries are on the floors below. The only thing different in the monotony of the wall, what? Is a door. Light shines through the gap in the bottom, occasionally broken by the feet of people walking by on the other side. Huh. The man she's talking to is slowly gaining the upper hand on her, in this case. But it's obvious that Leonora's holding back something. Would that be enough? Could she really protect us? Leonora said not to make any noise. But maybe there's someone behind those doors that could help us. If I make some noise, who knows what might happen? Maybe a darker hell awaits us. Or maybe a chance of salvation? Alright, so shut up and let Leonora handle it, or make a lot of noise. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna make that choice. I'm gonna leave that to you because well, I don't want to spoil. If it's a good ending, I don't want to spoil it because there are only 3 allegedly good endings out of 13. The rest 10 are the rest of them, which are 10 other endings, are supposed to be not so good, as in, you know, you end up dying somehow. So if you want to, you know, make these choices yourself and find the good endings and try out the game, you can do so by downloading it. It is available for Windows right now, for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux actually, on itch.io. Again, it's in beta, so, you know, give some feedback. Tell the developers team Bisugo, yeah. You know, what you liked, what you didn't like about the game. I would definitely have liked more to see more characters on the screen, and maybe a bit more change in the background. Because, you know, there's a room, there's a street. It would be cool if, you know, the view would change from time to time, because I think there's a bit too much static. But other than that, you know, it's an interesting setting. You know, this strange city in which people cannot touch anymore for, you know, fearing that they would be killed if they try to do that. And, you know, they're mercenaries, they're probably, who knows, maybe drug dealers. You know, we're hunted, right? So that's a problem. So it's a cruel world, apparently. One that has some, I bet it has some really cool secrets to be discovered. But, you know, if you want to discover those secrets, check out Do Not Love. It is available, as I mentioned, in beta form right now on itch.io, available for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. So check it out. It's the link in the description. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up right quick. And if you like what I do here, consider subscribing. That would be actually immensely helpful if you could subscribe, tell other people about the channel, spread the word, check out the back catalog, of course, because I have over 2,260 videos at this point. So, you know, if you check out the channel, you basically see, you know, the best gaming channel out there. There's tons of coverage of a huge amount of games. I don't just have like a billion episodes of Fortnite or Call of Duty or Apex Legends or anything like that. So check it out. There's tons of games to discover on there. And if you can, take half a minute to see the ways through which you can support me. They're all in the description below. You can either give me a direct donation through PayPal, or you can support me with the purchases that you make on the Epic Games Store, the Humble Store, or Fanatical. In those 3 cases, you have to either use an affiliate link or a creator tag. But when you do that, you don't pay anything extra for the stuff that you buy. So it's a very small thing that you can do, but it goes a long way. You basically just help out by making your, you know, game shopping. And again, it costs you absolutely nothing. So check that out. Also, download the Brave browser. There's a referral link in the description. Try it out. I'm sure you're gonna like it. The Brave browser is more privacy focused than the majority of the browsers out there. It's open source. It's based on Chromium, so it's going to be very familiar to you if you use Chrome, if you use Opera. The people there have some really cool ideas about a new type of ad ecosystem. You know, it has a built-in ad blocker, so that's one big selling feature for the Brave browser. So check it out, try it. I've been using it for more than 2 months now, and it replaced Chrome for me. And it could do that for you too, or maybe replace Firefox, or maybe Opera, or if you use Edge, change. If you use maybe change on that, and check out the Brave browser. Again, link in the description below. Thanks again everyone for watching. Keep on touching each other, as if you still can, right? Because maybe the future is gonna bring this, and of course consenting adults, always with consent. And well, I'll see you again very soon. Thanks, and until the next time we see each other, have an awesome day.